YouTube, what's up? It's your boy 360 Jeezy, and in this video right here, I did a traditional comb over. Nothing too fancy. It was real dope. Lines on it is crisp. Everything is nice. If you think this video is finna be fire, at the end of it, can you give it a thumbs up? Or you could do it right now, all right? Or if you have been watching and you guys are not subscribing, I don't know why the reason you wouldn't, but please do it right here, right now, okay? All right, the video is about to come on. Please do it right now. I mean, it's at the point where you gotta do it, okay? All right, please help me, help you, okay? It's your boy 360 Jeezy. Stay tuned. Alright YouTube, the first guideline that I'm using is the one open, and I'm gonna do a contour fade. I'm gonna basically go in the shape of his head and make my first guideline fit his head. When I'm doing this cut, I'm basically trying to make sure that all the hairs are the same length. I'm going in different directions, getting the hair off and making sure my guidelines are set neat. And I'm just, you know, taking my time with it, not really going too fast, making sure the hair is even. Now the reason why I'm starting on this side of the head is because I really want it to be even and matched up to the other side. I know where I placed the guideline on the other side, and I'm just trying to match that on this side and, you know, just continue on going contour to his head. The second guideline that I'm using is the two open, and what I'm doing is going straight up. I'm creating a guideline, but with straight hair, I like to go straight up. You know what I mean? I'm not digging in. You know, digging in only comes to play when you're cutting coarse hair, and I feel like when you're cutting straight hair basically sticks out from the skin. So that's the reason why you just go straight up. The hairs are already going to catch the blade easy, so you don't have to dig in. You can just go straight up, and that's what I'm doing. I'm setting my guidelines a 1/4 inch, and I'm going straight up. Don't be afraid on lowering your blades, your levels, and just, you know, getting the hairs, you know, all even. Next guideline I'm using is a 3 open, and what I'm doing is I'm using my comb, I'm pulling back the hair, and I'm just, you know, taking off the hair, taking off the rest of the hair, because at this point I just need a 3 at the top. So I'm just gonna comb the hair back and make sure I don't take off the hairs that's long on the top, and I'm just basically going up and setting a guideline. Don't be afraid to go against the grain in different directions too. Like, the hair it's not always an up and down motion. Sometimes you got to go side to side, and you know, it just makes for the hairs to be all even. That's basically what you want. You want the hairs to be at a 3. If you're cutting with a 3 guard, you want all the hair to be at a 3. And you can do that by going against the grain, going with the grain, going back and forth, diagonal. Right now, I'm pulling the comb down, pulling this hair down, making sure I got all the hair, and I'm basically just flicking up. I'm not digging in, I'm just going upward. Right now I'm going back to my one open, and this time I'm blending. I'm not really setting a guideline. I'm flicking out, and the reason why I'm not using it too close is because I feel like this attacks the hair much better. Like you're getting straight to the source. You know hair is gonna come off based off of how low the guard is. You know what I'm saying? You're not playing it close here. So that's the reason why I'm flicking, is because I know for a fact that the hair is gonna come off using a one open. With flicking out, you want to start from the bottom of the line. You see the line, start from the bottom of the line and flick at it. That way it creates a blend, a shade effect. Right now I'm going with the two close, and I'm basically just cleaning it up. You know, I didn't use the two close at first because I knew it wasn't going to take that much off. So right now I just got on the two open and matter of fact two closed, and just, you know, flicking at it and getting the rest of the hairs off and making sure the blend is nice and neat. After I'm done using the two closed, I'm going to be going into the taper. Now, with the taper, you're going to be using the lever closed, and that's what I'm doing right now. I just made a straight line. I'm not really putting too much effort into, you know, making a curve blend. Right now I got it open, and I'm just creating another guideline, making sure the hairs is all even and all neatly, you know, put in there. My next guideline is the one open, and I hope you guys noticed the little animation right here that I'm putting into these videos. I'm really trying to go above and beyond right now for you guys, so I hope you guys noticed that. Right now I got on the zero close, and I'm knocking out that middle line and just, you know, blending and seeing what areas I could fix. Now I'm going back into the lever closed and just knocking out that bottom line. And don't be afraid to open and close your levers, and just, you know, clean it up and get it looking the best way possible that the blend could come out to be. Right now I'm using the same exact steps that I did to do the taper. I'm basically starting off with the lever closed. Then I jump into the lever open. Then I make sure the guideline is real neat, real even. I go about a half inch, and just, you know, make sure my guidelines are set neatly. After I do the lever open, I go ahead and I use the zero close because we already did a one, you know, around his whole entire head. So it's just about knowing where you're at when you're blending. You know what I'm saying? I got the zero closed, and I'm just basically flicking out in a flicking motion, just taking out that line. After I take out the middle line, I basically jump down to a lever close and take out that bottom line that I initially set in the beginning. So now it's just kind of opening and closing and knocking out that bottom line and making sure everything is smooth. I know I showed you guys this on the other side, but basically I'm doing the closed, the lever close, the open, and then the zero close, and that's how I'm just able to do a quick blend and a quick taper real quick. It's not really too hard once the hair is low, because you know you already got it basically blended. So all you got to do is do the lower level steps.
Yeah, ain't that crazy how I came together? And so she said he was complaining about how slow the driver was driving, and he was just trying to hurry up. She didn't have no license. And he got the red one, there you go. And he ended up with a kneecap dislocated.
Right now I'm using my Diane duck clips just to hold the hair in place, so when I line the little hard part that he has, that I don't really take off too much long hairs. And I'm going to show you guys a little trick to where it ensures that you don't take off any long hairs. Basically right now I'm going down on the longer hairs. I'm lining down on it. I'm basically looking at the longer hairs, and I'm like, no, I don't want to touch those, because you don't want to go into the longer hairs. You want to go basically into the hairs that's not really long, you know what I mean, the outer part of the hair. So that's what I do when I line up a hard part. I basically go away from the long hair. When it comes to the lineup, you basically have to visualize what you want first. You have to look at his head and say, okay, I see how his line is going. And the key thing is to keep it natural as possible, but sometimes you have to do what you got to do to make the line crispy. I get a lot of feedback from everybody in the comment section, and I say, they say, oh, Jeezy, push the line back. But sometimes you have to do it in order to get a straight line. It's not all about pushing the line back, and it's making the client happy, making the client look at itself in a different light, and just giving them a crisp line. Like in no way do I support like really pushing somebody back, but when it comes to getting a crisp line, you gotta push it back. You gotta take off the necessary hairs that's just hanging over. So I don't never support pushbacks or anybody that's purposely like pushing somebody back, but it comes a time where you have to really push a little bit back to get the line straight. Not everybody has a natural straight hairline, so sometimes it depends on the client. Sometimes you gotta push it back to make it straight. Like I said, I don't support pushbacks or nothing like that, but in certain clients, it's just, you have to do it. You know what I'm saying? It's just no way around it, or else he's gonna have a crooked natural line. And again, no way in form do I feel like I'm pushing this guy back. So I'm just talking to you guys because there's really no way to really teach you guys how to line someone up. You have to use your own art, your own creative ability to line somebody up. Make sure your hands are steady and make sure your lines are crisp. Make sure the blade is sharp, you know what I mean? So that's why I'm basically telling you guys this. There's kind of no way to teach somebody how to line. You gotta practice and just look at shapes, you know what I mean? You gotta practice and look at shapes yourself. So
Give me 5, alright. So I'm starting this out. Now let me check the post.
right now I'm just saturating the hair with some water. I'm making sure that the hair is damp. You don't want the hair to be all soaked. And I know it looks like I'm pouring a lot of water, but basically this is my spray bottle. It's a mist spray bottle. It just, you know, it just delivers mist to the hair, so it's not really getting it like real wet. And I know it looks like I'm spraying a lot, but I'm not. So you make sure the hair is all, you know, damp. And then you want to do, what I'm doing right now is basically pulling the front hair down. That's basically the bangs that I'm setting when I'm doing this comb over. And I'm basically just going to take a ½ inch off of his hair. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm just, you know, creating my guidelines and cutting an inch off, a ½ inch off, and basically I'm going to do some cross-checking and yeah, this is kind of like the boring part of cutting someone's hair. Like the top of it is always like, okay, let's get into it. Everybody wants to see the blend, you know what I mean? You have to have the good blend. Everybody wants to see that. But don't nobody want to pay attention to the shear game, you know what I mean? The shear work. You know, it's just all about creating a guideline and going and really checking your guidelines, you know what I mean? So yeah, I'm no pro at cutting the top of the hair or using the scissor. My scissor game is good, but it could be better, and I'm still learning and I'm still trying to get better at it. So, you know, I'm still working and still willing to learn and do everything I need to do to be a better barber. But, you know, I got the basics down. Right now I'm pulling back his bangs, and I'm not gonna cut so much off of his bangs. I don't think I'm even gonna cut an inch off of his bangs, because I still want the hair to lay over the full comb over. So that's basically what I'm doing. Right now I got the Johnny B mold. I'm putting that in his hair. It's a nice product, good product. That's what we're selling at Velocity Cuts. And I'm just putting in his hair, making sure that it's all in there. And just like, you know, when you see me doing wave videos, you know, I really put it in my hair and I do a whole full-on brush session. So with these products, you got to make sure the product is in there. Right now I'm just taking my comb and I'm basically combing over the entire hair on the top. I'm just combing it over, making sure that everything is laid nicely. Now with the blow dryer, I'm basically gonna style his hair and just blow dry his hair by combing it upward and letting the blow dryer do the work. You know what I mean? Like this, it's just, I know a lot of people use like different brushes and, you know, curl the hair and do all that stuff. I'm real basic when it comes to this stuff, guys. I just like using my comb and just, you know, let the blow dryer do the work, because as you blow dry and comb up the hair is automatically gonna lay over. That doesn't happen with a lot of clients. Some clients you have to force their hair to curl at the top, but with this client right here, I know that it's gonna lay over anyway. So you don't really need I don't really need like one of those curl brushes. I don't really want his hair to be wet in the back, so I'm gonna just blow dry the whole entire thing. I'm basically just doing the same thing that I did to the front, just combing it up and working my way to the back. This is how my client came into Velocity Cuts. He was looking like, you know, I need a haircut, man, hook me up. And this is how he's leaving Velocity Cuts. Well blended, perfect lining. Cut is pretty good, man. I gotta be honest with myself, man. If you guys like this video, if you like this cut, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe right here, alright? Subscribe. Don't just be watching my videos and then just be not subscribing, alright? To see more, you gotta be subscribed, alright? It's your boy 360 Jeezy, and I'm out of here. Cheers!